What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Rogue Tuesday, and today we're looking at a Houndoom Crawdaunt deck. Now, I know we have been over Houndoom Bumblebee before for Fan Friday, but it's kind of like a totally different deck. It's a little bit different, and it's got a story behind it. So there was a city championship. It was during the Tennessee Marathon. Zach Holtzman got second with a Houndoom Bumblebee deck without Crawdaunt. And then the next day, Andrew Ramey and Jeff Garrison actually showed up with the deck with Crawdaunts with it. And that's it's a really cool concept, and I didn't even think of it. I actually thought that Crawdaunt got rotated out, but it's still in standard, it still exists. And then they actually gave the name Darth Plagueis because at the time Star Wars was really big. It's still really big right now, and they basically gave the name Darth Plagueis because if it was, in the Star Wars universe, it would be a Sith deck, and they said it could be anything, and that's why they called it Darth Plagueis. It was really funny to hang out with them all week. But let's go over the deck. I'm not going to go over too much. If you want to go over the full review of the deck, I'll leave a link down below to the Fan Friday video where I explain everything about it. Just know that Houndoom uses Melting Horns to discard top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. You can use Bumblebee as the backup attacker. You have Crush Hammer for discard energies, Enhanced Hammer to discard special energies. Crush Hammer is a coin flip. Super Scoop Up to pick up damaged Houndooms and or Crawdauts. We'll go over Crawdaunt here in a second. 4 Trick Shovel to discard top card of your opponent's deck. 1 AZ to pick up Crawdauts and or Houndooms. 2 T Flare Gun to discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. 2 Zerosic to discard a tool or special energy in play. 3 Hard Charm to do minus 20 damage. 3 Headringer, making it where they have 1 more energy to attack. And like I said, the new addition is definitely this Crawdaunt, and we'll go over it. So Crawdaunt says, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is automatically guaranteed you're going to discard energy. The only thing it can't discard is Pokemon who have the Theta Stop, which are not affected by abilities, so that might be a little bit hard, but I think you can still take it down. So Unruly Claw is just another addition with the Crush Hammer, with the Enhanced Hammer, with the Team Flagrant, with the Zerosic, and with the First Seeker. You basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different options to discard energies, and as you see, the whole deck is to energy denial while using Melting Horn to discard your opponent's top cards of their deck to deck them out. It's a very simple concept, and you do have AZ and Super Scoop Up to reuse Crawdaunt, like I said, because you can use it over and over again every time you evolve the Crawdaunt, and which is very mean and definitely Sith-like. And like I said, down below will be a link to the Fan Friday. You can see more about the video and see more games with the Houndoom deck, but that one doesn't have Crawdaunt, while this one does. This is obviously a better version of the deck. You could still play like Team Aqua Secret Base if you wanted to, maybe cut some Bumblebees and put Team Aqua Secret Base in the deck. But this is still a really good list. It did get second place out of cities, but hopefully you enjoyed this video, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, we're putting against Gab 08 playing a Water Dragon deck. I'm not really sure what this could be, but let's see what happens. And coin flip. All heads like always, and we do win the coin flip, which is great. Alright, let's see what happens. Yes, we'd like to go first. Maybe we'll get some Headringers down turn 1. Alright, we get a double Trick Shovel. Alright, so we have a pretty good turn 1, I'm not gonna lie. We'll put down the Houndoom. Get 6 prize cards, and there's a rare candy, a double Dragon Energy. What are we playing against here? It looks interesting for sure. Alright. Another mulligan, so we get 2. Ooh, a Metal Energy as well. Maybe a Haxorus deck? Not really sure. Another mulligan. Alright, so we got 3 mulligan draws. There we go. Let's see what Gab has for us. Oh, it is Haxorus. Alrighty. Alright, look at me go. Alright. The question is, what else do they play with Haxorus? Because they do play some kind of water Pokemon. Please wait where our opponent chooses an active Pokemon. I imagine they're not really playing EX Pokemon, which might be a little bit scary. They're getting 3 Pokemon down. They went from like triple mulligan to I'm going to put down 3 basic Pokemon. Alright, we get a bunch of Pokemon. Alright. So we're good to go. We'll put down Corphish. There's a Axew, an Axew, and a Remoraid. Alright, so put a Hard Charm on the active, put a Fire Energy, play a Trick Shovel, and with Trick Shovel, we'll discard top card of our opponent's deck. We'll discard the Shauna, take that Shauna, I'll play Trick Shovel once again, discard top card of our opponent's deck, discard a Remoraid. We'll then play Ultra Ball, discard an Ultra Ball and Super Scoop Up. No, Ultra Ball and Birch, what am I talking about? Discard those two. With this, we'll grab a Shebe, put down the Shaman, and we'll use it to draw 3 cards. Alright, we already have a Hard Charm now. We'll put on Shaman regardless. I'll play Verse Seeker for a Birch. We're looking to get down to the Core Fish. We could have just Ultra Balled for one. Maybe have discard Super Scoop Up instead. But Tails, we get a Houndoom. We get the 3rd Trick Shovel. Discard top card of opponent's deck. Discarding the Super Rod. Alright, that's a victory right there. Play Shaman. Draw 5 cards. And now we'll Ultra Ball, discard Team Flare Grunt. Now we'll discard Bunnelby and the Headringer. And let's see the other core fishes in the deck. And it is. Alright, so we have a great turn 1. We pretty much got everything set up. And we'll end our turn. And next turn we can start using Melting Horn. And let's see what happens. Now they do need a lot of stuff to set up for these Haxorus. We see a Fighting Energy going on to Axew. Maybe he knows about Crawdaunt. He knows that Crawdaunt discards from the active. Alright. Alright. So let's see what happens. We see Shauna going to get 5 cards. It's funny because they actually have less cards. They have more cards in their deck. We see an Escape Rope. We'll send up Houndoom. That's fine. Curious to see who they're going to send up. A Remoraid. Alright. In our turn. Okay. We'll play the Fire Energy on Houndoom. And we'll just use the Birch. And obviously we're going to be looking for Crushing Hammer. Tails. We do get the Crushing Hammer. Heads. Discard the Fire Energy. And we use Melting Horn. Discard top 2 cards of their deck. We discard a double Dragon Energy. Oh no, Haxorus and Escape Rope. Now the Haxorus is great to discard because we've already discarded the Super Rod. What does the Haxorus even do? Let's see here. Dragon Pulse for 130, alright? And Sharp Fang for 60. We see a Fighting Energy go to Axew. We see a Love Ball probably getting down Axew and Haxorus middle stage. A Fracture. Oh, an Octillery. Okay. Never mind, I was wrong about both ends. We see an Octillery coming down. Probably when you use the Abyssal Hand to drop to 5. Alright. And let's see, do they have a Rare Candy Haxorus or not? We see a Muscle Bag going on an Axew. We see a Fracture come down. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yes, I got it right. Alright, we see a Shauna once again. They're going to go down to 32 cards. Okay. And let's see a town map. Let's see what's prized. Double Verse Seeker and Octillery, Rare Candy. We see a Love Ball. And let's see what they get with the Love Ball. Another Axew. With all the metal energies, it makes me think that they might be playing Bronzong. We see another Axew come down and a pass onto our turn. We get a Crushing Hammer. Come on, Heads. We discard that. We'll play the Xerosic, discard the Muscle Band, and we'll use Melting Horn. Discard top 2 cards of their deck. I'll discard a double Dragon Energy and a Verse Seeker. Why do I keep saying double Dragon Energy? It looks like there's always one being discarded. But it's a Muscle Band and a Verse Seeker. No double Dragon Energies have been discarded. But there it is. Double Dragon Energy coming down finally. Which we can use Enhanced Hammer to get rid of. We see Abyssal Hand drawing 2 cards. They are now down to 26 cards in their deck. They do have less cards than us. Which is great. Let's see. What's Haxorus' first tag? As long as Haxorus is your active Pokemon, each of his tags do 100 more damage. Before applying weakness and resistance, you can't add more than 100 damage in this way. Alright, so we've seen Ultra Ball for a Skyla, and this will probably get down to Haxorus. The big question is, though, do they have a way to retreat or switch the Octillery this turn? We see an Ultra Ball discarding a Metal and a Pokemon Center Lady. And this will probably get down to Haxorus. Come on down, Haxorus. There he is. Alright, so Haxorus is going to come down to play. And he actually can use the first attack to power up the second attack and hit us for 230, which is going to be scary for sure. And a pass. Alright, so that's good. Because now we can use Enhanced Hammer, discard the double Dragon Energy. We can play Sycamore, discard your hand, draw 7 new cards. And we'll just use the Melting Horn, discard top 2 cards of their deck. Discard. Let me check this time for us. A double Dragon Energy, a Haxorus, and a Birch. All right, so we've discarded 2 Haxorus so far, but all they really need is this 1 Haxorus. They really don't need anything else. But they do have 21 cards on the left of their deck. They receive Abyssal Hand, drawn up to 5. And I mean, we're pretty much in like the driver's seat right now. We're doing okay. We're probably going to win this game. We see a training center come down. Going to boost all their Pokemon's, all their stage 1 and stage 2 by 30 HP. Which means Haxorus has 190 HP. Which is pretty scary. On to our turn there. We're just going to use Melting Horn. Discard top 3 cards of their deck. Discard an Ultra Ball. And a Lysander. Okay. And, I mean, we're in good shape. We have a Crawdaunt. If he ever, like, sends up a Pokemon, we're going to win. Oh, he actually... did he catch a Fighting Energy last turn? I didn't see it. He probably did. A Double Dragon Energy going to Haxorus. Tails with the Birch, only getting 4 cards. Muscle Band going down to Haxorus. Abyssal Hand, drawing 2 cards. They're down to 12 cards, though. They're going to be careful. They're really close to be decking out. Will they even get an attack off is the real question. Alright, we're just waiting to see what happens. Okay, we see an Ultra Ball, discarding something in a Cinder Lady. Teammates. Okay, Teammates is pretty much useless. We see an Axew coming down. They're going to get 11 cards in their deck. See an Axew come down. And another pass. So to our turn, what we're going to do is we're going to play Crushing Hammer. Come on, heads. Tails. Alright, so we're going to put down Crawdaunt. Discard the Fighting Energy. And we'll play Super Scoop Up, trying to pick up the Crawdaunt head so we can pick it back up, put it back down, and we can use Melting Horn, discard top 2 cards of their deck, discarding a Rare Candy and a Training Center. Alright, my opponent has 8 cards left in their deck, and I mean, do they play a switch or not? It's the big question. If they don't play a switch, they're pretty much going to win this game. We see a Rare Candy to another Haxorus. And, Abyssal Hand, draw 5 cards. Oh, man, they're going to have 4 cards left in their deck. They're going to have to be careful. They might deck out fairly soon. They need to play another Super Rod. Maybe they only play the 1. Usually decks only play 1 Super Rod, so it's probably... see a Lysander bringing up Shebe. Alright, so things are going to get interesting for sure. Or maybe not. Alright, on to our turn. Well, we get a Fire Energy top deck. Sorry, guy. We retreat the Shaman into Houndoom, and we'll use Melting Horn. They'll go down to 2 cards. We discard a Rare Candy, and... an Escape Rope. Oh, another Escape Rope goes down. Oh, man, that's their 3rd Escape Rope, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, another Lysander, bringing up Shaman, but my opponent pretty much is going to lose this game now. I don't even know what they can do. But I believe in you, opponents. Don't give up. We did discard. They have played 3 Escape Ropes. Our turn, we top deck the Fire Energy again. We will retreat. And we will Melting Horn, win the game, decking our opponent down. Alright, there we go. And you can see the power of the deck. I mean, my opponent really didn't get anything set up. And even if he did set up the Haxorus, we had Crawdaunt. We can have a Team Flare Grunt. We were ready to discard all of his energies off the active. But we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second. Alright, you're putting against Rob35. playing a Watercolorless Dragon deck. Watercolorless Dragon. I don't know. But, well, yeah, we won the coin flip. Great. Gives us his turn to put down Headringers. Yes, we like to go first. And on to our turn. Let's see what happens. And we can put down Corphish turn 1. Okay. This is debatable. It's a weird hand. I'm not going to lie to you. We'll send up Corphish, and let's see what we're playing against. They must have a Shaman in their hand. Our Toad. Oh, buddy. Our Nemesis Toad. We get a Headringer on the Toad. We go play an Ultra Ball. Discard a Headringer and a Super Scoop Up. We'll get down a Houndoom. Alright. So it looks like we might play a Seismitoad Giratina deck. We'll put down a Fire Energy. Put down a Heart Charm. We'll play Sycamore. We get another Corphish. We get Ultra Ball. discard double Bunnelby. I don't think the Bunnelbys are going to be that useful. We're going to grab a Shaman. And we do have double Crawdaunt in the deck as well, which is great. Put down Houndoom, play Shebe, drawing up to 4 cards. Plays Trick Shovel, discard top card of my opponent's deck. There we go. Yeah, discard a double Dragon Energy. There you go. And we will just pass. Yeah, we'll just pass. And we'll see what happens on to our opponent's turn. Now, with the Headringer on the Toad, they will need to put 3 energies on it to attack with it. We'll see a Battle Compressor, and let's see what they decide to discard out of their deck. But next turn, we do have a Team Flare Grunt discard an energy off the active, which is great, because if somehow they were play a Super Scoop Up, pick up the Toad, and set up a new Toad, we can't play the Team Flare Grunt, which is great. But let's see what the compressor discards. Discards a compressor. Okay, and double Empoleon. So it's an Empoleon Seismitoad Giratina deck. Okay, it's definitely different. We see a Trainer's Mail, mulligan it. Do they have a turn 1? There's a DCE, which you can discard Team Flare Grunt, which is great. We see a Christian Hammer. Head's going to discard the Fire Energy. Shebe going to draw up to 4 cards. Alright, and they'll need Xerosic to discard the DC of the active. We'll see a Muscle Bang going down to Shaman. Alright. And we see a Judge. Gonna put both of us 4 cards. No, our hand was kind of good. Alright, so we're gonna have four cards. Alright, let's see. Okay, and on to our turn, let's see. What do we top deck? A Fire Energy. Alright, so we're gonna put a Fire Energy on Houndoom. We'll play Shaman, draw 3 cards. Yes. Alright, we'll play Sycamore, discarding 3 Verse Seekers and 2 Fire Energies. They basically become useless after this turn regardless if we don't retreat this Toad. We get a DC, we can discard the DC off the Toad. And we will just pass. We might win the game without even Melting Horn if we could discard all the energies. We do have double Xerosic in our hand as well. We see a Trainer's Mail. And let's see what they get. Oh man, discard 3 Burst Seekers. That's always scary. I'm not even sure if he grabbed anything with Trainer's Mail. We see a Rough Seas coming down. We see a Giovanni Scheme drawn up to 5, which is good because that means no Xerosic and or a Archie's this time. And on our turn, okay, cool. So we can put a Fire Energy to the active. We can retreat the Corphish into Houndoom. And we can start using Melting Horn, discard the top 2 cards of our opponent's deck, discarding a Water and an Ultra Ball. I'm pretty sure that's what the 2 cards were. Yeah, Water and an Ultra Ball, so that's good. That turn 1 Headringer, though, just definitely messed up the Toad player. We're seeing Acrobike, and let's see what they get. Or what they don't get, basically. We won't see what they get, but we will see what they discard. Also, we have to watch out, too. They have 31 cards left in their deck while we have 22. It might not be that big of a deal, but we'll see. We're just waiting to see. But those 2 cards must be really good. But discard the Muscle Band. Alright. I'm not sure what he was debating. He can't put down the Muscle Band or the on both these Pokemon because they have tools on them already. Huh. Maybe he has a Super Scoop Up. There's an Ultra Ball, discarding a Muscle Band and a Hex Maniac, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Muscle Band, Hex Maniac. Getting out Shaman. Going to use it to draw 3 cards. Yeah, Shaman to draw up to 3. I imagine he's looking for a Toad and a way to switch into the Toad with the DCE. But even if he does that, we have Xerosic, we have Crawdaunt, we have a lot of ways around it. We see a Flowstone on a Shebe. And probably just another pass. Oh, Sycamore, discarding their hand, drawing 7 new cards. What do they discard? A bunch of stuff. I'm not even sure. Super Rod, going to probably get back the Water Energy and double Empoleon. I think so. There's a Water. I think, yeah, it's only 2 Empoleons is the only thing he can really get out. Okay. We'll see a Water Energy going out Toad, but don't worry. Sorry, Toad. That Water Energy is not going to stay there, buddy. I'm sorry to let you know. Yep. We're just going to put down the Crawdaunt, discard the Water Energy off the active, and it'll be A-okay. But we see an Ultra Ball, discarding a Megaphone and a Miltank. Okay, getting a Toad down. All right, if he doesn't put a Toad down, if he doesn't put a tool on that Toad, oh, he saves it. Oh, buddy. Okay, so we're going to play the Crawdaunt, discarding the Water Energy. We will then AZ pick up the Crawdaunt. And then what we'll do is we'll Verseeker. Oh, we win the game. We were going to Verseeker for AZ and basically have it again for the Crawdaunt, and or if you license or somebody else up. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. You can see why this deck is very strong. Against the Toad player, we definitely got down the Headringers turn 1, and they basically couldn't do anything. Game 1, we played against the Haxorus deck. And, you know, we pretty much just shut it down. But that game for sure, you can see how you can beat Toad. If you do get down the Headringers turn 1s, you have the Xerosics, you have the Crawdaunts. It didn't matter what kind of Toad deck it was. We were pretty much in the driver's seat when we had the turn 1 Headringer. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something new about the Houndoom Crawdaunt deck. I hope you have a great day. Alrighty, bye.